From Bay News 9, the latest on the day's top stories, county by county coverage, and weather on the nines. This is your evening news weather now.
Welcome back to Bay News 9. I'm Rachel Davis in for Veronica Cintron. Some Pinellas County grandparents went back to school today, but forget the chalkboards and projector slides. Today was all about technology and some very special teachers. Al Rochelle has tonight's special assignment.
I think he likes going forward. He doesn't want to go backwards.
I think we have to calibrate it.
Oh.
Notice anything different about this classroom at Shorecrest Prep? No, the adults aren't the teachers. It's the kids.
Maybe you want to come back later because we're going to be switching with paper and calibrate it on paper.
Oh, nice.
Actually, not that much of a stretch for these second graders who are so computer savvy, they've already learned how to program their own robots.
Yeah, he doesn't follow what you say, but he follows what you draw or what you have programmed for him. And I think it's really cool because I've never seen anything like this.
And today, trying to pass that technology on to their elders.
They've been doing these activities since they were even 4 years old here at Shorecrest, and so they've had a lot of opportunity to build on the skills over the years. So by the time they get to second and third grade, they're really able to explain what they're doing.
Well, if it's too complicated, then you have to teach the robot how to be more complicated. That's what you learn in school, right? To make it more complicated.
They were so skilled in the performance of the work. And I was telling someone else, I was so impressed that they were mirroring what their teacher does. So they showed me what they were doing. They let me ask questions. They let me try it. And then they high-fived me at the end.
It also gives the kids a chance to know what it's like being a teacher.
Well, this is my first time doing it, and it's fun because we get to teach somebody.
No shortage of enthusiasm here, either from the kids or the grandparents who may have been a bit overwhelmed.
Unbelievable. I can't believe what they're doing. When I went to school, it was boring.
Forget the boredom here. Technology may seem confusing, but once you master it as a second grader or a grandparent, it's just plain fun. This is Al Rochelle.
Always trying to come up with new ways to excite students about learning. At Shorecrest Prep in St. Petersburg, the latest idea comes from the library, but it is not in a book. Bay News 9's Ashley Jeffrey explains.
The days of books being the only tool to educate students are long gone. We're in a new day when makerspaces are now making the difference.
It's the equipment that you can make on, but it's also the community and people exchanging ideas. And it's really where the beginnings of innovation take off.
Courtney Walker and Dottie Smay are the maker media specialists at Shorecrest Prep in St. Petersburg. They're in charge of making sure these students have what they need to design, tinker, make, and build their studies. A different take on the traditional learning setting.
It's different because it's more hands-on, and instead of reading a history book, we get to kind of shape history almost.
Meaning what these students are learning in the classroom goes just a step further, whether it's with computer software.
It's fun to kind of have a hands-on experience instead of, just using your eyes.
With Legos, or even 3D printing.
That this will make it more efficient.
These students have a leg up on innovation.
So we can prepare them for college, but we can also prepare them for, making their own startup business.
And that's why their work in the makerspace is headed to the national stage at South by Southwest in Austin, Texas.
To see all the changes over the years, we have project-based learning, we have design thinking, we have creativity, we have tinkering, we have all these experiences for children.
And the hands-on experience of reaching new heights is what keeps the students eager to continue making what they can.
It's just cool because it's like endless possibilities.
In St. Petersburg, Ashley Jeffrey, Bay News 9.
Right now on News Channel 8 at 5.
A local high schooler is teaching a lesson that we all could learn from. It is the power of friendship. When Jordan Jacobson learned his best friend had cancer, he decided to do something about it. News Channel's John Rogers joining us now from St. Petersburg to tell us more about this selfless deed.
When Jordan first learned that his best friend Olivia had Hodgkin's lymphoma, he decided to help fight in his own special way. For many of us, high school is about image. You're learning who you are and how you appear toward others. So why would Jordan Jacobson sit front and center in front of his whole school to shave his head? It was all for one special person.
Because cancer hits so close to home for so many people.
In January, his best friend Olivia Rovin was diagnosed with cancer.
I was really mad when I first found out because I didn't understand why it happened to me.
How'd you feel when you first learned that she had cancer?
Helpless. It was pretty tough.
So as Rovin began her treatment, Jacobson decided to step up. Shaving his head is not enough, though. So Jacobson raised $22,000 for the American Cancer Society.
You can make a difference in your own way.
You know, Olivia is someone who is embraced by this community.
Rovin is humbled and aware that this gift goes a long way.
It was really nice, but it's not just for me, of course. It's just for everyone who has cancer. I just happen to be kind of like the impetus to do it. So I'm honored for that, but I also want it to be about everyone else who is going through what I'm going through and worse.
It just goes to show no one is alone in the fight against cancer. And you may have noticed in the story that Jordan wasn't alone. He got the Shorecrest headmaster to join him, and the headmaster also gave a hefty donation to help out in the effort, Gail.
And John, do we know yet? Are doctors optimistic that Olivia can beat this?
Yeah, they certainly are. There's some good news to this. The doctors are optimistic that she will be cured and that she'll be fine.
And what a great act that was by her buddy. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing the story. John Rogers is live in St. Petersburg tonight.
What a great story.
It really is, you know. These young kids, they got a lot on their plate these days, and to step up and do stuff like that, but that's what friendships are about,
Makes you feel good about the community, too.
It does.
It
really does indeed.
The Guardian Ad Litem Foundation of Tampa Bay provides advocacy and support for children. They're focused on helping abused, abandoned, or neglected kids in Pinellas and Pasco counties. And one St. Petersburg school is working to make sure the holidays for these boys and girls are filled with cheer. Bay News 9's Ashley Jeffrey has the story.
They all walked in. One by one.
It's crazy. It's completely filled with gifts.
To make their holiday deliveries for hundreds of boys and girls who are part of the Guardian Ad Litem Foundation of Tampa Bay.
This is an opportunity for us to help them have a good Christmas.
These students at Shorecrest Prep only know the first names of the children who will get their gifts. They've never seen their faces, but they know each child on the list is deserving of a happy holiday.
It's something you take for granted, but from their point of view, oh, it just means the world.
And that's why they all showed up. Holiday cheer in their hearts, ready to spread good tidings.
It is just the best feeling. It brings this event together. It's heartwarming.
From bikes to toys, even a chest of drawers for a child in need to put their clothes in. These students arrived ready to give.
I feel good to give them presents that they can't afford to have.
And that willingness to share is what Guardian Ad Litem of Tampa Bay is counting on to brighten the holidays of the children they serve.
For many of us, the holidays are about family and connecting and happiness. But for our kids, it's one of the saddest times of year where they really miss their siblings and parents. And we hope this provides one bright spot for them.
And while the gifts in this gem will go to Guardian Ad Litem, the students who gave received the biggest gift of all, the chance to help someone else. In St. Petersburg, Ashley Jeffrey, Bay News 9.
Shorecrest Prep has been holding this gift drive for more than 20 years, and it's looking forward to many more. For information about Guardian Ad Litem of Tampa Bay, log on to our website, baynews9.com.
BC Action News starts right now.
Laura, we've learned that the travel ban is having some unintended consequences for a local 8th grader.
Exactly, Paul. Here's what we know right now. The St. Petersburg student is adopting a Syrian refugee family, and as Ashley Yore explains, he's been chosen to go to Washington, D.C. to help bring awareness to his passion project.
This may seem like any student-teacher meeting.
That is when Trump gives a speech to Congress.
But 8th grader Oliver Hess is mapping out a project that many world leaders aren't even tackling.
Picking them up from the airport and giving them a home and checking in on them.
He's not talking about family or friends. He wants to help provide for Syrian refugees.
Religion and race shouldn't be the determining factor for having a better life.
Shorecrest Preparatory School challenges their 8th graders to pick a passion project, and this is what Oliver is choosing, working with Gulf Coast Jewish Family and Community Services to find a refugee family in need, and his efforts are getting recognized.
If I can help just one family, I know how much that family will give back to the United States.
That's a piece of Oliver's letter to Congressman Charlie Crist. Now Oliver will be his guest in D.C. to hear President Trump speak beyond what his advisor could have hoped for.
When someone shows a passion for that type of world problem at this age, it really is a fantastic thing for us to be able to deal with him and guide him.
Oliver says he just wants to help people who need it most.
Their struggles and what they have to go through, and the chance of death is so high, it's just devastating.
Oliver will be in D.C. next week. In St. Pete, I'm Ashley Yore, ABC Action News.
Ashley, thank you. And Oliver still does not know which family he'll be helping yet.
Yeah, and because of that travel ban, he's still waiting for the refugee families to arrive here. We'll keep you updated on that one. Let's